Right lads, I'm here for game week 4 review. Been a good week. The highest scoring overall week with 1,107 points, which is beat the highest by about 150 over other game weeks. There was 24 goal scorers, 21 assists throughout the whole of the teams. Me, Plops, Duran, Tupac all achieved our highest scores. 8 players scored over 100. Vardy was the highest scoring player this week with 33. Then Tammy Abraham with 32.5 and Aguero also with 32.5. The first game was Colo versus me. I came out on top with 134 points, my highest score. Colo managed to get 81.25 points, which is a reasonable score. Our game was majority played by teams in the Saturday kickoffs, with Man City playing Brighton at home. There was always going to be goals for Man City, it just depended who they were going to. He had Sterling, had Aguero. Thankfully Aguero was the one who was getting the goals instead of Sterling. It could have easily went the other way. Sterling could have easily picked up 2 or 3 goals that game. It started off okay for Colo. He had a Wilson and Fraser, which had a goal and assist in 15 minutes. Then straight away after, Abraham scored for me, putting it back in the balance. Then Shaw scored for Newcastle. I think it was the 41st minute he scored. I think that put Colo back up in front in the overall tie, but then just before half time Aguero and Abraham scored again, which got me quite a few points. Abraham obviously getting 32.5, Silva getting the assists, Aguero scored just after half time as well. So I was pretty confident. After then things looked like they were going my way, but Felipe Anderson scored well, Fraser, Wilson, Shaw scored well for Colo all over 10 score each. Jota had a good game week last week, but only mustered up 1 point. Joe Leighton, Newcastle striker, only 3.5. I did have a few minuses, especially with Ashley Young playing the early kickoff, minus 0.75 he finished on. Laporte missed out on a clean sheet, he got minus 2.75. But Milo put a good performance in for us as well. I just got him off Tuffy. But it was good just get the highest points after finishing with the lowest points last week, not the week before, sorry. I'm pleased to finally get a good score on the board. Game 2 was Tupac versus Kyle. Tupac 124 points to Kyle's 96.75, which again is another decent-ish score for getting beat as well. 5 out of 10 players for both teams scored over 10. 3 scored over 20 for Tupac, which obviously won in the game week. And 2 players scored 9 as well for Tupac, so we had points all across the board really. Firmino and Salah both scored, I think, against Burnley, but Salah got 18.5 and Firmino got 28.5. Yuri Tillman's got a goal and assist. He's a good player for Leicester. He's a good pickup for Tupac this season. Hala again scored, sorry, for Tupac. He's another good pickup. Chilwell, he's a good defender. He got an assist. So really loads of points there for Tupac. Kyle has been quite unlucky. I think he's the highest points against, 517.5 in total, which averages over 129 for a week. Only 4 players have scored over 129 and 2 have been against Kyle, so that sums up really how much points he's getting against without winning as well. 0-0-4. His current record stands. I'm sure he'll turn it around. Cannons have a nice rounded team, I think. I think they're going to be high up come the end of the season. Kyle's team is full of attackers, as it's been mentioned. I think he's had 7 attackers at one point. He's got a midfielder who plays up front. I think some good trades I think Kyle needs to send out instead of these awful ones. He needs to try and get some points across the board for the upcoming season, I think, to get his 3rd or 4th title, whatever he keeps going on about. Colo did predict Tupac would win by 25 points, so he wasn't far off. They actually won by 27 points. Kyle and Tupac, good game. Game 3 was Plops versus Rag. 111 points to 106.5 points. Another close win. He's all three of his wins have been close. Actually, he's had a 2-point win, a 1.25 win, and this week with 4.5 point win. Sorry, he had a good start with the Vestergaard goal in the early kick-off, and Wan-Bissaka picking up good points with 12 as well. Will Hughes scored early on as well for Watford. I think he finished on 18.5 points, so he had a really good start. Pookie didn't pick up many points. He's been quiet, I think, the last 2 weeks. He was after smashing it up. Ayew scored though for Rag, 15.5 points he got. And I think Ndidi as well, where he got 12 points. Then Virgil van Dijk later on for Rag, 18.75 points. And I think it was close going in the Sunday games. Will Bolly managed to pick up 11.75 points, sorry, but he also got sent off, so I think that knocked him down a bit. I don't know how many you get for minus points. Richarlison scored 31.5 points, but unfortunately Plops had him on the bench with playing Ashley Barnes, which, I mean, in hindsight's a good thing, but then it came down to North London derby. Pepe assisted Laka, and then Son won a penalty and got some assist. Well, he got an assist for Plops. Then Monreal wasn't playing, so he managed to not pick up any minus points. But Plops' outfield got beat by Rag's outside players, but Edison managed to pick up 11.5 points, which I think won the tie for Plops with a clean sheet. That brings us on to tie 4, which was Gabe versus STP. It was a good start for STP with getting a goal on the board with Daniel James, who's been a good pickup this season, scoring 3 goals. He managed to pick up 23 points that game. But then Gabe came back with the Palace clean sheet. He had Patrick Van Aanholt and Speroni in net for Palace, which both got good points and a clean sheet. So Zaha again only picking up very few points. I think he's yet to come good if he decides to start playing. Grealish for STP, I think, got minus points, 3.5 points. I think he got minus. Yep, he got an assist chalked off by VAR, which was, I think he passed and got done for a dive, I think, something like that, which could have swung a few more points towards STP. Then going into the evening kick-off, Mane managed a goal with 16.5 points. I think, was it Salah who should have passed to him or something? I don't know, to get more points, which could have went in STP's favour again. And I think this tie had mostly players playing on a Sunday. I think Digne scored well early on for STP, and I think it was more or less evens going into North London derby. I think Lamela and Eriksson both started, which was always going to decide, I think, if one of them didn't start. But Eriksson actually scored, which was his first goal against Arsenal, I think it said on the stats. But it was assisted by Lamela, so a few points both for them. But I think decision making on Sunday from Gabe actually winning the tie with Guendouzi, put him in. I think he actually got assisted. He actually assisted Aubameyang's goal, who Gabe's already got. So I think that works out as 20 odd points. I think he got off that one goal. That brings us on to game 5, which is Dan versus the leader Jura. Jura picking up another win, four wins off the bounce there now. 122 points to 105.25 points. Dan had a lot of defenders. I think he had 5 defenders and only 1 striker. I think his other strikers are Deeney and Origi. I think Deeney's out injured and Origi obviously comes off from the bench, but his only striker he's got playing now is Jimenez, which scored, which is okay. I think he got 9.5 points. But Jamie Vardy and Kevin De Bruyne on the Saturday, I think, pretty much won the tie there. I think he got a goal and assist 40, finished on 33 points. Kevin De Bruyne again, goal and assist, 24.5 points. He's been one of the best players. He has actually been the best player so far in Fantrax, which is surprising because he was the 11th pick, I think he was. I think most people didn't want to take the gamble on him with his injury record last season, but I think he's been one of the main contributors in Giroud's good start. He's a very good player, and he's always going to get key passes and assists and chip away with a goal. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold was probably Dan's best player. I think he got 26.25 points. And Matip also got 10.5 points as well because they got a clean sheet, so that was okay then. I think Everton and Wolves, I think these two players had a few players in this match. I think Sigurdsson assisted a goal and finished on 18.5 points, which he's just picked up. Which Giroud's just picked up, sorry, from I think it was Colo. I think they traded Wilson, which is probably one of the best trades I think so far. Like for both players, I think it was a good fair deal. I think Moise Kean looks like he's going to start starting games for Giroud, so I think getting Sigurdsson in and shipping a striker out is probably quite useful. Especially seems though he's got Martial to come back still and Redmond still injured. I think Giroud's looking like he's going to be the one to catch so far. So that at the end of the game week 4 and at the start of the international break, Giroud goes in with 4 wins, 0 losses. I think he's conceded the least amount of points towards him. And in second place we've got Tupac, who's scoring well. He's got a 3-1 record. Also me and Plops have got a 3-1 record. Gabe and Rag both won 2 and lost 2. Gabe's on a positive score. Rag's got a good overall score. Dan and Colo both won 1 and lost 3. Colo's got quite a good squad. I think he's been unlucky a few games. And then the lowest score and the lowest person on the board is Kyle with 0 wins and 4 losses. He has conceded loads, as I said before, which is quite unlucky for him. It's the end of the month, so I'm going to do a Player of the Month and Manager of the Month in this video. The nominations for Player of the Month are Kevin De Bruyne, the top Fantrax point scorer, and Pookie, who's been on fire, especially the first few games. The overall winner though, with majority of the votes, is Pookie. Gabe and Rag both won 2 and lost 2. Gabe's on a positive score. Rag's got a good overall score. Dan and Colo both won 1 and lost 3. Colo's got quite a good squad. I think he's been unlucky a few games. And then the lowest score and the lowest person on the board is Kyle with 0 wins and 4 losses. He has conceded loads, as I said before, which is quite unlucky for him. It's the end of the month, so I'm going to do a Player of the Month and Manager of the Month in this video. The nominations for Player of the Month are Kevin De Bruyne, the top Fantrax point scorer, and Pookie, who's been on fire, especially the first few games. The overall winner though, with majority of the votes, is Pookie. Also Manager Month, the nominees are STP and Jura. STP has got the highest points overall, and Jura's obviously top of the league. But the Manager of the Month with the overwhelming vote is Jura. Well done, Jura.